I'm Nadine Vosloo and welcome to our How-To series on how to work with ChalkPaint. I'm so excited to share this technique with you, which is called ombre technique. So just think of the fashion where you have hair going from light to dark or dark to light, and this look and feel can be accomplished on furniture pieces, on walls, on decor items, and I'm going to show you in a few easy tips and tricks how to do it. Very first important step is to make your color choices. Now, color choice is a personal decision and you need to identify which colors will work in your space, the item or the wall where you want to apply this technique. I'm going to work today with a few earthy tones and also a splash of muted color. Maestro will be the feature for this session. I love to do the technique with sponges, as you can manipulate and you can play. But you can also use paint brushes or rags, whatever is most comfortable for you. I'm going to use kitchen sponges. Now remember, the size of your surface determines the size of the equipment you're going to use. So if you are going to ombre a huge wall, you can use larger sponges. I'm just going to make use of these, and it's also things that you have lying around in your house. I'm also going to need some water just to make sure that the blending process happens beautifully and evenly. Okay, so once you have identified your surface, you can actually start. So the idea is to start from dark to light or light to dark. But if it's on a wall surface, the darkness at the bottom actually grounds the wall. So on a wall surface, I like to start with my dark at the bottom and work my way upwards to lighter colors. I'm going to add some sheriff stone to my first sponge and only half of my sponge. So I have the other half clean when I need to blend or work colors together. My next sponge I'm going to have ready in my next color. So the important tip is that paint colors on the surface needs to be wet for you to blend them properly, because at the same time that we ombreing, we are blending colors together. Okay, so let's start. Sheriff stone, Maestro. I start with my sheriff stone at the bottom. Now, depending on the size of your surface, you will decide how large an area you are going to tackle at a time. So I have sheriff stone here. I'm going to stop and I'm going to move over to Maestro. So I'm going to allow for the two colors to interact. And I'm dabbing to make sure that the transition from dark to the next color happens evenly. And I have the back of my sponge that's clean just to assist with the blending. So here you can see I dab over those two colors with my clean section to ensure that the blending process happens evenly. You can also use a clean sponge and just have it handy when you see something needs to blend in more. So I dab, move over to Maestro, I am done with Maestro and now I'm going to start blending in my next color, which is Super Sonnet. Very important, I'm repeating myself, but make sure that that color, both colors still need to be wet. So if I see that Maestro has dried, I just quickly dab on more color and paint to make sure that section is still wet before I start attempting blending in the next color. And this is also the great advantage of the technique. You can continue to play and play and play as you progress and see changes need to be made. So I use a next sponge, add my Super Sonnet to it, only half the sponge. I'm going to start dabbing the two together, make sure that the colors interact. I move to the cleaner section of my sponge. I dab just to make sure that the gradient is beautiful and even. And my surface is complete, and this technique you can apply to walls, furniture pieces, decor elements, whatever your heart desires. So if you like this video, please turn on your notifications, subscribe to our channel, and look out for more inspiration.